Okay, who wants to learn how to copper foil with a hand foiler? Get rid of the foil machines and the tabletops and trying to struggle by hand lining things up. These are really not hard to master. Uh, this brand is see if I can get the name, made by Herman. Herman, oh there you go, of Germany. I believe these are what Glass Star sold. Uh, it has a dispenser end on it. Never used it. That's what causes all the frustration. Folks, they try to use that as intended. It does not work. I mean, it works, but it ends up giving you more problems. The earlier ones, they had it right. This is an older, Herman's. You see that? Yeah, there you go. Herman's, made in Germany, West Germany. This is before the wall came down. Right, what makes these nice? You can see they're well. Come on, camera. Well used. Look, no dispenser end. All it was simply an area to pull the tape, the foil paper away. Very simple. I use these mostly, but I just want to show how these are used because I don't think the old ones are available anymore. So these are okay. It has a slight bump up in the back. That's actually a good thing. It helps take the foil off. Alright, so let's go over. My son is out looking for a pair of nippers right now. I don't know where they are. You see them floating around. I've had them for 25 years, and they're gone, but they're available. This is a crimping tool. This is a crimping tool. All right. We'll explain. Regular dispenser. 7/32. You see, this one's very old. You could write 7/32 on it, or what have you. I think it was written on there at one time. I don't know, was this 1/4 inch? Well, anyway, the spacer inside the wheel here, thicker foil, 1/4 inch, has a wider spacer. This is 7/32. I don't think it would matter if you put 7/32 in a 1/4 inch dispenser, but not the other way around, because it'll bind when you're pulling it out. Those stand-up foil dispensers, they're cute, but I'll tell you, they're more trouble than good, unless you're going to be stuck with foiling, looking down on the foil, relying on, looking downward, trying to get the glass lined up, and you're going to pull it out of the dispenser. Yeah, all right. But if you want a foil, you could blindfold me. Pretty much, except for the beginning, which even then I could probably get away with being blindfolded. But I'm going to pause because we're going to load the tool. I wish I had my good nippers. Actually, I do have a pair of these larger shears. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use these. Very clumsy. You want the little nippers. You always start off with a point. Reason being, you easily pull it back. You know, you just grab a little poke and the foil comes back. Take the tool. It's easy to remember which way the foil side faces upward. So here, get it started. I got my glasses too, because I need them. Alright, there we go. Get it started. You can bend up a little bit just to give yourself a little play. There are other demonstrations showing, you know, pull it back here and kind of feed it through here. Don't mess with that. It's a waste of time. Get it in there. Pull the foil, the length of the foil tool. Oh, all right. Chris got me. He got me these fancy things. I will use them. It's basically the same principle. All right. Once you get the foil out past the tool, you know, further than the length of the tool, and I'll explain. You get your foil started. Get it started. Pull it back to the tool, and nip off the paper, you know, leaving a little extra. I got a little coil here going because I'm trying to watch the computer as I'm doing this. If you get into trouble, just kind of. Alright, come on now. Make me look stupid. Sometimes I like to do is take the foil and stick it to something. So if you have a problem, like that, there you go. Alright. Pull it back. So it's still lined up. Yeah. Pull it back. You have to go all the way to the end, just so you can get this paper out the back. Alright. What's going to happen is, even with this hard angle here, you don't have to feed it through that. It's that, you know, these engineers and people who design this stuff, you know, you went too far, because what happens a lot of times, the paper gets stuck on the foil. You end up pulling the paper and the foil through. You know, after this point, it becomes all jammed up. It causes more frustration than good. Alright, here comes the good stuff. Whenever you're foiling with these rolls, you know, they move freely because the bottom has a nice round, has a stove bolt washer. The washer's just to, you know, just to kind of protect the plastic. I don't know. It's there. Put it down. I got a little resistance on here, but that's fine. And what you want to do is, when you start, you know, being I'm right-handed, the foil will come off to the right. You know, let it come out. Let the cat play with it. Give yourself a good 2 or 3 feet if you have to. Reason why, because the more you have hanging off that side, the easier it is to get the foil to work through the tool. All right. Let me get a little more comfortable. Snip this off. I'm gonna explain the duct tape in a minute. Yeah, this is starting out a little choppy, but that's only because it's a new roll. I'm not a new roll, it's a new fitting. You want to leave a little bit off the end, not a whole lot, but you want enough to where it's going to start your feed straight. Take a standard piece of glass, and everything's done on this plane. Everything's flat. Every now and then you can go like that if you know, you want to line something up, or if you can even go, you know, put the glass in the slot, in this slot here. Just lay it in there with the end of the foil lined up close to the end of the glass. You don't want to start here. You don't want to start here because you're going to end up with a wing. Little twisting of the foil, it happens. So if you start at the end, you're never going to have an issue with a wing. Alright, so that's why I always start at the end. Right? This little curve in the tool allows you to hold it. And you just get it, pardon my my slowness here, but I haven't done this in a very long time. Once you get started with it, so what you want to do is you get the foil on the end of the glass, and just by the nature of your finger pressing over the end, it's going to start the crimping process, and that's a good way to start. You got the foil on there, holding it flat, or sort of flat. You don't want to go like this. What happens is you start spinning up the foil that's trying to go into the tool. Want to do your best to keep it at this, angle, somewhat like that. So you're gonna allow the foil to work its way in without binding. That causes a lot of problems. You put it down, you pick it up. But anyway, you start, you hold your finger, you get it around. And this is all self-explanatory. I like to pull past, take the tool, line it up. That's going to line up your foil. And here, you give a little crimp with a finger, pull past. Don't try to, don't have a battle with the corner. Just pull it past a little bit. Get to the end here. And when you're in this stage of it, you come up and give you that first crimp. The reason why, because when you pull the foil tool this way, you don't want to start pulling it up. Again, I don't have to pull much there because it's not a deep inside angle. Come off the end. Oops, I went too far. Well, that's not too far. Do the same thing. Come back. This is it's going to be your centering part of your tool. What's going on with pressing it down is secondary. And once you get it centered, pull it out. And as you're in this plane, don't see how everything's staying nice and straight here. Take your nipper tool, come straight from the top, if I can see it. Let everything just drop right there. Push that over, and then you start your crimping. It's got little corners here, but basically, crimp it good. And these little points in the back, that's where the old duct tape comes in, and I'll show you in a minute. So basically you want to get it all set. You got a little point here, push it over and down. If you're going to do one piece like this, you don't really have to use the duct tape, but like any other foil project, you're going to do a bunch of them. This is pretty much done. I know a lot of people like to crimp and all that. A lot of my crimping will be done here, and I'll explain. Take the duct tape, kind of handleable size. Rip it off. Then you got the duct tape, and take the duct tape. Rip a strip off. What we're doing is we're making temporary finger cuts. Right? So you get it on here, you can start the seam up high, and just layer it around your finger. You don't have to go tight, but you want to continue. You want to make a circle, because what happens is after a few minutes, the tape is gonna, the glue is gonna start weakening from the moisture in your finger, oils, So when you're done foiling, come on, you're not supposed to be doing it. All right. When you're done foiling, uh, this finger cot of duct tape will easily pull off your finger, and if it doesn't, just rip off and throw it out. But I've used duct tape that falls off my fingers, not falls off, but I take them off and put them back on and go back to foiling. All right, this is really sticky duct tape. Here, you want to cover the point of your thumb. And this don't have to be perfect. Actually, I'm going to make it ugly to make a point. Because duct tape, do that. Basically, you're protecting your fingers from the edges of the foil, the points. And once you have your fingers taped up, this is what we did quite a bit in the old shop without the glue in the foil. So this is just an old thing that I've known to do. But the most important thing is the duct tape will allow you to really get on the glass. In the corners, you squeeze it down. That don't hurt. Right? You come here, little crimps. It's just crimping. Get in the corner, crimp it. I missed my finger there, so I gotta watch that. Crimp it, and then you don't want to slide down on foil barehanded. Cause you're gonna cut yourself. I mean, it can cut you. The duct tape allows you to get in here. A little wiggle back and forth. That's it. Get to the corner, and I'm taking my time here for demonstration purposes. But all that talk about burnishing and this and that. I mean, show me where I got to burnish. When this is going to be soldered together, even with your iron, you could put a little pressure. But honestly, with just the tape finger, no burnishing needed. I mean, I'll listen. You say that ain't good enough. I don't know. That looks pretty good to me. See that burnishing job. Like I was saying, I could pretty much foil blindfolded. As long as I got the starter ready from the tool. Now here you want to go to a comfortable area to start. I mean, this is just a broken piece. I didn't grind it or anything. You can see. No grinder. No grinder. So you want to do the centering, end of foil to end of glass. All right. Grab it. Go down. You get here. See the finger. Get that started. I'm going to be all shaky and stuff because I haven't done this in a while. So like I said, pull past it. Get the piece in there. It's like riding a bike. Using my thumb to push, this finger to hold down the top. Here. Now here you can just do that line up because it's a very small area. You don't have to follow it around. It's a small piece. But again, lay your tool down flat. Here, you can do the old way of lining it up. I mean, or you could have just ended it at the edge of the glass. But I can't even see. I gotta put my glasses on. Basically, this demonstration is more or less showing how the foil tool will center your foil for you with very little effort. There's no peeking over the top, no this and that. And then with the crimping, with the duct tape, you got a little point here, you just roll it over. Alright, that. And as you can see, got it pretty darn straight. Right where it needs to be. you know, nothing wrong with that piece. If you get in the corner here, you got a little raised area, squeeze it down, wiggle it, it'll go down. Uh, that's it. I mean, the foiling is such a simple thing, and if you use a good pair of nippers and come down from the top and knit, you have to worry about cutting like this. It doesn't work. You always leave your tool down like that. Always leave it laying down ready for the next piece. And the amount of tape that comes off the back of the roll, it'll be nice. It's kind of long, but it will shorten as you go along. These are actually nice. I don't know what this is for. I guess to hang on something. I don't know. I'll save them. That's pretty much it. Duct tape. Yeah, put some duct tape on your fingers. If you need a little bit more, just a little bit off. This finger was a little light up here, so you don't have to be neat with it. Just put it on there. You actually be very messy with it. It's real sticky duct tape, like that. And take your finger and have a little bit over. Get your fingers nice and coated. That's your crimping tool. I'm not being funny about it. That's all you need. You're gonna sit there and start crimping. I mean, why? There's no need to. There's absolutely no need to crimp this. Anyway, that's it for this video. Like I said, this whole old Herman foilers. I don't know who's making them now. I've seen some places like Creator products. They make new hand foilers. There's like knockoff brands. You can get what are that 3D printing. They make them. If you get a set like this, the old Herman made in West Germany or Germany, with this high edge here. And let me get another one. I'll show you. Very similar. Yeah, this is a similar one, made by the same company. You see, it's got the low profile that pulls the tape off. This works really well too. But I just found that this one with the higher bump seems to get it out of there quick. There's less chance of it getting sucked up in the end. Again, these little dispenser areas, they work, but they're a pain in the rump. I've actually had this little, this one's removed. There's a rubber, I guess it's rubber, little roller that if I'm using it a long time, this one still has the roller on it. This one actually I wore the roller out. It still works because the hand foiler, that roller by engineer standards was designed to press the foil down on the glass. Don't pay attention to it. That's what it was intended for. And then the dispenser is over-engineered. All you want is a dispenser that holds your foil straight, with the guides on the foil. Everything else is done on your, with you, with your fingers walking around. So get a hand foiler. Dump the table foilers. Those things are annoying. I see my brothers use them, but I could take a piece of glass that big and go right down with a hand foiler and not worry about crimping and this and that. The table foiler, you get these rollers. Look at that thing spin. Nonsense. That big, foil machine. You got to go like this. That's nonsense. They take these foilers and they show to, attach them to your bench top. I mean, all right, I get it, but honestly, what happens? You got to keep messing with the foil. Getting it to roll out. Here, this thing spins so nicely. Let me get it up here. It spins so nicely. You rarely have to pull it out. It does it on its own. The basic design principle, relying on a simple stove bolt on the bottom. You can make these things. I don't know if they still sell them. They had a cheaper product, with it looked like spokes of a wheel. They were available for a while. But these two pieces of round lucite, little spacer in the middle, you want to change it. You want to change your foil. It's easy enough. Just take the wing nut off. I got another washer on there. You change out your foil. 7/30 seconds. But again, the spacer in here, this will match the profile of your foil. I actually have a washer in there. I don't like it too tight. I don't like it too tight where the foil will start binding up inside. So that's a little trick. You put a washer in there, and even for 1/4 inch, you put another washer in. You don't have to buy another dispenser, because the dispenser itself, it's just there to let your foil fall out, roll out without getting kinked up, binding. So if you have a little space between the top disc and the bottom, that's okay. The foil's not getting stuck in there. It's not going to get sucked up in there. I'm just giving advice on keep it simple, right? Keep the kiss rule. Keep it simple. Straight out, hand foil on. This is probably the most important part of the whole process. Your crimping tool, right here. It goes to bed with you. You take the tape off, you still have your crimping tool. Oops, sorry, I bumped the camera. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to go into throwing everybody under the bus for designing foils. Maybe I did. But that's it. It's a simple copper foiling 101. Nothing changes with the foil machine. They do come in 1/4 inch. To have that too. There's usually really old ones. This one has the same dispenser style. This one's a 1/4 inch. It'll tell you right up in here. You can see that. Is that 7/30 seconds? Could be. Yeah, well, this is another set. I know one of these is 1/4 inch. This one? Let's see. Yeah, 1/4 inch. You see it right there by my thumb. If you want to, 7/30 seconds will work with this foiling tool, but it gives you too much play. I don't use 1/4 inch much. I mean, I can't think of a time I ever did. Honestly, the 1/4 inch foil is kind of obsolete. If you have used it, just comment below. If you find a need for it. They also make hand tools with 3/16 foil. I think that's a little too much on the opposite side of things. 1/4 inch, 3/16. Straight up 7/30 seconds for standard, 1/8 inch glass. That's all you really need. Alright, so if you do this, remember, keep this flat. Keep it from getting wonky. Always keep this flat. Let your dispenser roll easily. If the cat gets it and pulls, this thing's going to spin out and be a mess. that's the case, you just hold it like this and spin it back. If you're done foiling, I mean, I'll show you that too. I might as well. I pulled out a lot more than I needed just for demonstration, but you can put it back. You take it right out of the foil. You can leave it in the foil tool too. Take that out. Just nip off some paper. Let it hang. Put it back. Like I said, when you work and just spin it, you guide it with your hand. Get it to where it's in the machine, like that. Machine in the dispenser. And you want to waste foil, it's expensive. So kind of give it a little off the edge, like that. And then you're ready for the next time. And again, to load your foil in machine, hand tooler, and put it on a little too tough. You want to start. So basically this is going to be destroyed anyway. Well, here I am, I'm back. What you want to do is, I said earlier, I want to cut this on an angle like that. That'll get you easy to peel up that end. You can also, if you don't want to cut it, you just kind of flip it over. Take the end. It'll hold it. It's not going anywhere. Take this whole thing, stick it in not a sandwich bag, like a freezer bag that'll hold the whole thing. This foil right here, 10 years old, and I have it in. I use a plastic. It's like a sewing box. Hold my foils in there and close the lid. Never have an issue. Any little bit of tarnishing, a good flux will clean it off. Avoid those ruby fluxes and the zinc oxide, zinc based. They're actually, they'll clean the foil, but if you leave it on the foil too long, it'll start eating away. You'll see it'll actually eat the foil. So you want to use a safer flux, something not as aggressive. I use, and I'm not promoting it because I'm not trying to sell it, but the Glass Pro Flux that Ed Hoy makes, Creative Craftsman brand, or anything without zinc chloride. That zinc chloride, it eats metal, copper included. It eats lead. So once you neutralize it, it's fine. But if say you're foiling, you're soldering something, and you solder one side, and you got, you had to wait maybe a couple of days because I don't know, dog got away. I don't know. You were distracted. With zinc chloride, unless you wash it off, you're going to end up with a big mess. It's going to start eating into the foil, creating issues. You can't repatina it, reflux it. That doesn't fix it. With a less aggressive flux, I've left Glass Pro on the foil for 2-3 days. Came back, just gave it a quick rub down. It worked like the day I first put it on. Cleaned up the foil beautifully. Alright, so that's a little side information. My hobby is exposing myths. Exposing myths and bad advice. I had to throw that in. If you enjoyed the video, please, you can tell me below. You can share it. The drill. Subscribe. Mostly subscribe. That helps me out and keeps me, trying for more. Because let's all be honest. When YouTube does get enough subscribers, they do take care of you. They give you a little commission, or depending on the quality of your video and your your audience, you do get compensated. I used to do this years and years ago until YouTube came up with a new affiliate type payment thing where you have to have 1 million subscribers, and it's horrible. But besides all that, I'm doing it more so to get the word out of what I have done. I'm archiving my information, and I'm also inadvertently, I'm not out there to say, hey, you're doing it wrong, do it this way, or get out of here. I'm not doing that. I'm just, I see a lot of bad advice, and if I see it, I mean, you could foil, hand foil, looking down on, lining up your glass. I mean, it's like, I think I'd go blind doing that. I mean, I used to. See, my sister, she puts the foil underneath the piece and rolls. I'm like, her name's Jennifer. I go, Jen, look it's taking you so long to foil. Just get the hand foil. Oh, I don't like those things. They get all twisted up, and yeah, because you gotta use a hand foil. Don't use that. Don't use that. Don't rely so much on pushing it down on that roller right there. Just use it. A dispenser that pulls the paper up and centers the glass on the foil. I mean, that's really it. All the rest, you're doing it outside of this. And if you're careful when you're done with that piece, you put your foil tool down, in that fashion, like that, where you're not crimping up the end with the copper, the next piece will be easy to do, and so on and so on and so on. This is actually a terrific tool. It gets a lot of bad press. I don't, well, I know why, because of the issues, but avoid it. Don't even look at that just don't ignore it. Just like the old original. They did it right out of the gate. It's got a little bit too much of an angle here, which you don't need that. And it works, but I find that you get a lot of the glue gums up in this area, and it just becomes an issue later on. You end up taking a knife and scraping that glue out. This one, it doesn't do that. The glue, I mean, you get the glue there, but you wipe it. You don't have to sit there trying to dig it out. So little upgrade. The Germans did it. The Herman company that's inside. You can see their name in there. You get it. Oh, there you go, Herman. Herman, you did good. Herman of Germany. I think companies like Glasstar and all the rest that package, blister package and stuff, they buy them all from that one manufacturer. All right, I'm going to end the video with that, and if you do have any questions, just down below, just hit me up. I'll be more than happy to answer anything. And mostly I appreciate everybody watching, and thank you very much. Have a nice day.